Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with Golden Opportunities Coaching. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is discuss a variety of topics on a social, psychological, coaching, and spiritually related topics that hopefully bring you some degree of help in life. And so please like, subscribe, comment below if things are helpful to you. Anyway, we've got over 225 audios for you to check out. Probably something there that'll be helpful to you. This is an important concept for me because I deal with people who are often dealing with depression, and traditional counseling and traditional methods haven't worked, and so they come to a coach for a new perspective. But there are things not to say to a depressed person. And I find a lot of people say them and they mean well, but they really don't understand what they're actually saying. And so we're going to talk about this. This audio is going to go by pretty quickly because they're really basic things, but saying them is more common than perhaps is helpful or is healthy for people involved. So the first is saying that the person isn't trying hard enough to overcome their depression, and how presumptuous and arrogant are you if you're saying that you don't know how hard they're trying. You don't know the inner battle that they're having on a daily basis. You don't know how hard they fight to deal with negative thought loops and expression of negative thoughts and emotions. You don't know because you're not in their head. And so saying they're not trying is counterproductive. A better way would be to say, I don't know how hard it is. Teach me about what you try. Teach me about what you go through. And then you can have dialogue and maybe offer some things they haven't tried as a way to cope with that illness. Another is to say it's all in their head. Well, duh, every thought is in your head, right? So every thought, every emotion, every experience is a brain-related emotional response. So yes, technically, if you want to be right, it is all in the head, but not in the, it's made up, it's fantasy, it's not real. And that's what people hear when the comment of it's all in your head is made, is that, well, you don't have a reason to feel this way, which is actually the next thing on the list. It's, there's no logic behind why you feel that way. Sometimes emotions aren't logical. Sometimes they are emotional and they're just a release and they don't make sense. And sometimes they're not even linked together in a way that even professionals can figure out. Sometimes we are not rational. And so sometimes ration and logic go out the window in favor of irrational emotions or emotions that are hard to express or understand or are not linked together. And so helping someone to understand that they, in fact, may have a reason and asking, well, why do you think you're depressed? Or how come you feel that way? These are helpful questions because they help a person to at least give you an idea and a view into their worldview. Even if you don't understand, at least you can kind of make correlations between why a person behaves the way they do and how that could be affecting them. And for the record, you're not in their head, so you're not supposed to understand everything they think or feel. Heck, you probably don't understand everything you think or feel all the time, right? So why are you expecting that of a person who's dealing with an illness? The next is, you look okay or you act okay to me. And that's the problem. Many times people with depression, anxiety, panic disorder, and other social and emotional issues act in a way that they believe will get them acceptance. Act in a way that they believe will be seen as normal and acceptable. And they're not being true and authentic to themselves. They aren't expressing everything they think or feel. And a lot of times they feel fake or in some way unacceptable, sometimes even unworthy of love or dirty or broken or guilty because they can't fully express themselves. And so it's a better thing to say, tell me what I don't see. Explain to me what you go through. Take me through the journey of what you go through. Again, you're giving them license to be authentic and real and raw and vulnerable. Obviously, don't do this if you're going to bail on the person, if they say something you don't like. But if you truly want to help, that's the way to do it. The next thing is saying, I know how you feel. No, you don't. A, you might have had similar feelings in the past, but you don't know what it's like to be in their body 24/7. And B, everyone's feelings are at least partially unique to their world experiences and worldview. So unless you have the exact identical worldview, it's impossible for you to know how they feel. You may be able to relate to pieces of their story or pieces of their experience, but unless you have lived life through their eyes, you can't possibly know everything they're feeling or experiencing. So these are things not to say to a person with depression. Um, it would be better in that scenario to say, teach me about what you feel. Teach me about what your life is like. Teach me about how you deal with your depression and what you wish people knew. Again, creating for them a license to be themselves in a more discernible way. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.